Shout out to everybody, man, that watches my story times, man. For real, shout out to y'all. Got a new story time today, man. This is about the time me and my next door neighbor Tony jumped some kid when I was like in elementary school. Shout out to Tony, man. If you're watching this, man, if you come on this video, shout out to you, brother. Yeah, like I said, he's my next door neighbor. He still lives there. We be chilling. You know what I'm saying? This happened back in when I was like in pre-K. I think first grade, pre-K, somewhere between there. Tony used to protect me because, you know what I'm saying, he was my friend. He was like in fourth grade. He was going to fifth grade, in sixth grade, and seventh grade. And, you know, sometimes, man, we got them bullies. You know, them fucking bullies and shit. You know, them pussy ass niggas. We used to have one in our school. And he lived down the street. He lived all the way down the street. Not in our street, but like the next street. And he looked different now, bro. He tall. He kind of like, you know what I'm saying? He kind of still looked the same like when he was young, but he looked different now. You know what I'm talking about? He grew up. Back in the day, him and Tony were the same height, but Tony he a little big. You know what I'm saying? He kind of chubby. He's still chubby. He grew up, but he kind of short. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Like I said, Tony, man, he used to protect me in school, watch my back, make sure nobody messed with me. Nobody messed with me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a little kid, you know what I'm talking about? And that kid did not bully me. He used to bully Tony. Not really bully Tony, but like, you know what I'm saying? He used to talk shit to Tony, and Tony used to talk shit back to him. You know what I'm saying? They used to just like be beefing like that. Well, this one day, man, we was sitting on the bus, and we was sitting in the back of the bus, and that kid, he was like kind of like the last to come on the bus. But when he came on the bus, nobody really sits in the back. So he came way in the back, sat with us. Not with us, like next to us, but he sat like 2 seats down from us. And I was sitting by the window. Tony was sitting right there, like on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody walks at. And this kid, he didn't like Tony, and Tony didn't like him. So when that kid was walking to the back seat, he was kind of like staring at Tony. You know what I'm saying? When they give that little bullshit ass stare, try to scare you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Try to make make you feel like you were like a bitch or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know that bullshit people be doing. And yeah, man, he was looking at Tony. He was like, "What the fuck you looking at, pussy?" And Tony was like, he goes, "I'm looking at your bitch ass." You know what I'm saying? Because Tony wasn't scared of him. He used to say stuff back. He goes, "I'm looking at your bitch ass." He goes, "Shut up, you fat ass." He called him a fat ass. Tony, and back in the day, that kid had a mohawk, and he was Mexican with a mohawk. You know the Mexicans, man, they be having mohawks and shit. And Tony goes, "Man," he goes, "You look like a faggot with that mohawk." He goes, "You fake ass Mexican." And that boy, he like, you know what I'm saying, they just started talking about each other and all that shit. And that day passed, so we got off the bus. Boom, go home. Next day at school, that kid see Tony in the hallway. I wasn't there, but this is what Tony had told me. He told me they was at lunch because they had lunch with each other. And remember, man, we was barely in elementary school. They're barely like in fourth grade. So that kid was like, you know, like back in the days, like we had bullies for real. Like the next day, bro, they'll bully your ass and shit. So he ended up coming to Tony while Tony had his food in his hand. He walked up to Tony. He pushed Tony. Tony fell to the ground. Like all the food fell on him and shit. And so Tony got mad. Tony got up. He punched him in his face. And like when he punched the kid in the face, that kid had punched Tony. He had punched Tony back in his face, and the teachers had stopped it. Took him to the principal's office and all that type of stuff. They got suspended from school. And I was like, "Where that nigga?" Because I didn't see Tony on the bus, so that's how I found out. Because I went to Tony's house and I was like, "Where you was at, bro? I didn't see you." He goes, "Did you go to school today or what? Or did you get sick or did you leave?" He goes, "Nah, he had got into it with that kid." He told me, and he told me everything that happened. So I was like, "Oh, bro," I was like, "Damn, bro, that's like fucked up." You know what I'm saying? But at least you hit him back. Next day, I was sitting on the bus because remember Tony was suspended, and that kid was suspended. Next day, saying just chilling. Next day, just chilling, just having a good ass time. You know what I'm saying? Just living my life, doing what I do in school, learning about the ABCs, learning my math, reading books, going to the library, eating lunch, You know what I'm saying? Just doing PE class, you know what I'm saying? Playing basketball, hooping and shit. Just doing me, bro. If you're enjoying this this story time, man, drop a like. Go check some of my other story times out, and go check some of my reactions out. Let me know what y'all think about these story times in the comments. And shout out to y'all for keep on staying and watching it. Yeah, and hold on, something in my eye. Yeah, and well, this is when they came back to school. I guess that kid was mad that Tony had hit him, so he wanted revenge on him. So we were sitting in the bus at the end of the day. I'm gonna get straight to the story, you know what I'm saying? We were sitting in the bus at the end of the day, coming back home. That kid comes to the back of the bus. Tony's sitting there, and I thought everything was over between them. But that kid, he's had to say something. He goes, "What the fuck you looking at, you motherfucker?" He's called him a motherfucker. And Tony said, "What the fuck you say?" Tony got up. He goes, "What the fuck you say?" And that kid was like, he goes, "You heard what the fuck I said, you pussy?" And that kid pushed Tony, and Tony ain't do nothing. He goes, "All right, bet." He goes, "Wait till we get off the bus," because we was almost close to our house. That kid said, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying, just talking shit to Tony, calling him stuff, calling him names." So we got off the bus. That kid gets off the bus first, and me and Tony getting off the bus last. Tony was like, "Bro, we finna jump this motherfucker, man." He goes, "I'm tired of him bullying us," you know what I'm saying, talking all that shit. He goes, "So when I get off the bus, grab my backpack off of me," because he was taking his backpack, because we was already halfway down. He was taking his backpack off while we was going down the stairs. So I grabbed his backpack. Tony went up to him. He goes, "What the fuck you say?" And that kid says, "Man, you a pussy. You ain't gonna do nothing." Tony fucking punched him in his face. Boom, punched him right there. That kid went back. Tony hit him again. Boom, hit him again. And after that, that's when that kid had punched Tony back in his face. Boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? And then they started going at it, bro. They were just hitting each other, almost falling to the ground. They was both grabbing each other, moving each other around, hitting each other on the cars, because there was parents there, bro. There was parents, so the parents were trying to stop it. They were like, hey, stop it. The bus driver came down. All the kids on the bus were looking. All the kids had got off the bus. They were staring and like, what the fuck's going on? And when Tony had grabbed, because like one of the parents, they both had him, and that's what Tony had threw the kid. He had like, because like they were moving around, and he threw him, and the kid kind of like fell to the ground, but he hit me, bro. He hit me because I was standing on the side, so he hit me with his body, and I kind of like went back. I got pissed off. I was like, oh, fuck this shit. I fucking threw Tony's backpack to the ground. I fucking hit the kid 2 times in his head. Boom, boom. Hit him 2 times. Boom, boom. And then I freaking kicked him in his stomach. And that's what Tony was punching him. Tony got loose from the parents and started punching him. And that's when they just broke it up, bro. They stopped it. Tony's mom had came. She had seen it, and the other kid's mom had came. And you know, the parents, they just said like just, you know what I'm saying? They just said stuff to each other, and they had took Tony off, and they took the other kid home. And me and Tony, we were just laughing about it, bro. Just talking about that kid, because he had got whooped. We jumped him. You know what I'm saying? We were just joking around, laughing. And yeah, bro, he stopped bullying us. He stopped talking about us. He stopped saying things to us, and he left us alone. Sometimes he wouldn't even come to school no more, and you know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, like he just left us alone. And the story, I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. It's the end. And I just want to say, bro, that's how you get rid of a fucking bully, man, is you whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody, man, that clicks on my videos. Shout out to everybody that watches my story times. And drop a like, man. Drop a like. And yeah, man, shout out to y'all, man. Hope y'all enjoyed that, man. For real. Peace.